Von Ritter, locked down. Are you ready?
I'm just Jim. I can't possibly put into words how amazing I feel right now. You know that, right? Oh, hey everyone. It's episode 13 of the Fantasy Football Monsters. My name is Jimmy, and currently we are watching Von Murder learn some very important life lessons. Oh, I think today is going to be a very heavy clip show. Why?
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
We're just going straight into it. Let's look at your team. Immediately, we see you benched a nearly 50-point scoring Jalen Hurts for the 1.24-point scoring Clayton Tune. There is a lot of fuck around there. But I get it. Your opponent was hiding his best players and had 3 players who were completely inactive in the game. This should have been a walk, right? Drop the injured Stafford, pick up Tune, start him to try to get Stroud or even Burrow if he decided to get spicy, which he probably wasn't going to do given that kind of jeopardy. You following? I would give that a solid 3 on the fuck around scale. The problem is, you forgot to add the fuck around entanglement factor. If you're not sure what that was, let me remind you. Son of Sam, not wasting my breath. Oh, you're wasting breath now, aren't you? Yeah, you are. I think it's time we introduce the third person in the chair today, and it ain't Morty. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to Joe. What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Hi, Von Murder. Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So do you remember when you were cocky and you had to burn Dracula in week 3?
Yeah.
And what did I say in my text?
Not to be cocky.
I'll bet you wish you still had that Dracula now, don't you, bitch? And then what happened?
Oh, I can tell you what happened. If I have ever seen a pride comes before the fall moment in my life, this is it. Frankly, I'll believe it when I see it.
So, are you seeing it now?
How the fuck could I have thought Stroud would have gone for 470 yards and 5 touchdowns? He's a rookie. No rookie has ever had numbers even close to that in a game. It was basically impossible.
You're right. It's never happened before, but you're wrong about it being impossible. Mind you, this was no miracle. This was well beyond a miracle. This was full-on divine intervention. And when I say divine intervention, I mean me. You know those crazy trick shot YouTube videos? You're pretty sure are impossible. If I find out later it's because there is someone in a green suit making it happen? I was the guy in the green suit. That ball was getting exactly where I needed it to.
Yeah, but even still, I should have been fine.
Oh, I wasn't just there. I was whispering in the TV's ear all game for the Giants to make sure Devontae didn't do shit. You wanted to joke about Coach cursing Devontae last week, so I thought what could be more poetic than you doing it this week? Everyone else I just shoved a little here and there. Tyreek only goes for 65 yards. AJ Brown only goes for 64. I just go and disrupt a couple throws. Show a few points. It wouldn't have been fun if I hadn't made it stay kinda close. Watching you freak the fuck out was hilarious.
Did you screw over Clayton too?
Bitch, you played a rookie making his NFL debut against the #1 pass defense. I didn't have to lift a finger.
So tell us how you felt knowing going into Sunday night's game you were already mathematically fucked because of Jekyll and Hyde. It felt bad, real bad. But I was just hoping they wouldn't care since they're really mostly out of it. Then what happened? He dropped Judy and picked up Quentin Johnston.
That's right, but I'll say this. You were right about one thing. He didn't care. At least not until I tapped him on the shoulder to let him know he would get to be the one to take down the cockiest motherfucker in the league. I didn't really have to do much convincing.
It's not like I didn't really already know all this. As soon as I saw CJ put up 113, I knew it didn't matter at that point. You weren't letting me win.
At least I made him have to burn his monster to beat you.
At least? That's the worst case scenario, because on top of losing, I lost 24 and a half more points.
Tough shit, bitch.
But why the Cowboys?
I don't ever want you to forget this feeling. I needed them to lose at the end by a couple yards, and you to lose at the end by a couple points. The next time you think you're untouchable, remember that no one is untouchable.
You so badly wanted to run the table 13-0, didn't you? You know how hard I worked for this, and you just ruined everything.
No, my good sir, I did not. First of all, you did. Second of all, for me to screw you over, I also had to screw over a lot of the top players. This means that despite your loss, you are still actually number 5 in points as well as the number 4 overall seed. I know neither of these will be good enough 4 weeks from now, but with your appropriate penance and a little luck, I think you'll be just fine.
Fine. I see your point. No matter how good you are, you can always run up against some insane performance or have your best players on bye, or both. No one has gone undefeated in this league before for a reason.
Correct.
So since you're here, did you want to do our league recap section for us?
Absolutely, as long as Von Murder is okay with it.
Go ahead.
Splendid. Well, I pretty much ruined week 9. Sorry, everyone. All this ruining now leaves Hulk Smash as the only undefeated person left after a 250-182 drubbing of Helsing's Baskerville. October is up, and so is Michael Myers' winning streak as he goes down to Falcor's 300-192. Along with Von Murder, this is another one I had to snipe over some recent overconfident gilded comments I saw. How's that Desmond Ritter thing working out for you? The meltdown of the week was the Coven scoring 30 points, and not even because he benched people, since he scored less than 50 total including their bench, playing against the 7-1 thing. Well, if you thought the Coven had a meltdown, you were wrong. The thing only played a single RB, and meaning that 275 points and a share of the division lead is gone. Stravon Zarovich reclaimed the number 2 seed with a 250-237 win over Alvin Chimera. They're 8-1, but their 2,789 points score is number 1 in the league by a good 89 points over Mick Taylor of Wolf Creek, who despite their overall second highest point total, still fell to Red Rum 288-246. Swamp Gator holds the number 3 seed at 2,693 points after putting up 284 points to beat an illegal lineup Brundlefly. Von Murder falls to the 4 seed with 2,665 points after the 223-200 loss, aided by Son of Sam's Jekyll and Hyde. Rounding out the top 5, we have Wolfgang Coverage, whose 2,663 points is holding down the 5 seed. Not currently in contention for a top seed, but worth noting, is Eric Kokori, whose 2,678 points is 4th place in points after defeating King Kong Ain't Got Nothing on Me 254-160. There are 4 weeks left before we know who goes to the playoffs and who just goes home. Are you ready for the playoff stretch? Because of the format, most people are actually still live, so play it out over the next 4 weeks and who knows what happens. Back to you, Von Murder.
So, Joe, I have to ask you while you're here, and this is just a couple of old boys chatting here. It's been a while since you got your phone. Why do you still text like a little bitch?
At first, it was for all the reasons you said. This shit is new to me. But now that I'm used to it, I pretty much still do it with you because I know it irritates you.
You always were a troll.
Getting elected Heavenly Adjudicator didn't change that.
So, I'm not complaining, but why do you like me and dislike Morty?
Morty has a fucking stick stuck up his ass. Listen, I'm trying to be a better eternal being and all, and a lot of the woke movement stuff is good, but Jesus fucking Christ, enough is enough.
What the hell? You just cursed your own kid?
Yeah, that's a common mistake. Jesus ain't my kid. You gotta go 9 Heavenly Adjudicators back for this one. I believe that one was Bob Jr. Bob was a horny bastard, and he bet his predecessor Cecil that he could fuck this Earth chick. Well, he did, but apparently he didn't pull out in time. So, bam, bastard kid that had Joseph looking at Mary real funny. I wouldn't have believed her either, even though she wasn't bullshitting. Anyway, once you find out you're an adjudicator's kid, you get a little brash, but Daddy didn't save him from the Romans. Kid had to learn somehow. But fun fact, what humans thought was a death and resurrection was really just a rebellious kid playing a 3-day game of hide and seek. Even a wooden cross is gonna kill someone eternal? Bitch, please. Anyway, when he got ascended into heaven, that was because Bob was grounding his ass. He had to do 50 years grounded in his room. But now there is this weird dynamic where the other adjudicators have moved on after our terms, but Jesus is still there hanging out. I want to force him to get a job, but when you're Jesus, you can't exactly go be a barista at Starbucks. So I stuck him on the pearly gate welcoming duty. That at least keeps him busy and out of my hair.
Wow, that is a lot of info I don't think we knew.
Oh, and here's another little fun fact. Bob Jr. is also the reason we have 200-year term limits now. It used to be 2,000 years, but after what Bob did to Mary, the Executive Adjudicator Council determined it would be better if they had shorter terms to keep them from getting bored and interacting with humans in this way ever again. This one still has people 2,000 years later regularly losing their shit. Not repeating this ever again.
So how is it you're able to be down here talking to us right now?
First of all, I can do what I want, and if the council doesn't like it, we can discuss that later. Secondly, you're not human.
You just had to say something, didn't you, Tim? Don't fuck this up for the rest of us.
You know there are going to be some people who watch this and get offended. What can I do? Current religious people are crazy. Even when you present them with the truth, they don't want to hear it. The truth is, we are a hell of a lot more chill upstairs than you think, and we just want people here to be chill. Why do you think marijuana exists?
Touche. But getting back to the question, why do you like me?
You give Von Murder as much shit as I used to. This asshole needs someone to keep him in line. Now, don't be too big of a dick, but the regular ball busting is definitely encouraged.
Well, this has been enlightening, especially since we went the whole episode and basically talked zero football.
And football can wait. I'm having fun playing Puppeteer with Travis and Taylor to see how ridiculous two very different worlds can be with each other when their fans collide. But let me give you a little numerology here. I put them together because that's a legit couple there. This isn't some publicity stunt. Together they're keeping it 100.
What do you mean by keeping it 100?
It's a riddle. I ain't giving you the answer. Figure it out. When you know how it is that they're keeping it 100, I'll be impressed.
Well, I don't know either. If you know, subscribe and write it in the comments.
I'll even make it interesting. First one to get it right will receive their own custom blessing from me.
How will they know what it is?
Oh, they'll know. They're going to be going about their daily lives and then something incredible and magical will happen and they'll have no idea where it came from. Well, in that moment, they will know that it actually came from me. I like playing benevolent adjudicator at times.
Well, there you go. Make sure you subscribe or there are no blessings. But one thing we do have now is merch. Fuck yeah, we do. The first 2 designs are out now. I'm sure the producers will make sure there are links in the description. Apparently, a couple of designs are going up on the screen right now.
Those are sweet. I'd wear that.
Who would see them?
Who cares? I'll make whatever fashionable I want. Y'all better be careful or the fall collection is going to be bell bottoms and loincloths.
No one wants to see that. Well, that's great. Are we talking football or no? He said we're running long as it is, so no. Fine, I'll deal. For Jimmy and Joe, I'm Von Murder, and man, did my ego get kicked in the teeth this week.
Ha ha!